Hi, it is Monday. It is the second week of our Lincolnshire virtual school games competition. So across the whole of Lincolnshire, all 8 school games organiser and Active Lincolnshire working together, trying to put out some material that kids can do at home but still be competitive. So they can enter their scores online virtually and get scores from some schools comparing against other schools, and we can actually come together towards a county final, which we would normally be having in July. So last week we kicked off with secondary school dance. So any secondary school pupils, you are halfway through. You've got a whole week to come up with a little dance routine and enter it online. Please give it a go if you haven't done so already. And this morning we launched our second competition, which will run for the next 2 weeks. This is for primary school pupils, particularly Key Stage 2, but Key Stage 1 are more than welcome to give it a go. So what I thought today, rather than our normal PE lesson, is I'm just going to run through the 5 activities that you can do as part of this athletics competition, show you them all, some of the variations, and then you can hopefully go away and give it a go. There's loads more online about it, so have a look at Agilitas Sports, Twitter, Facebook, or on our webpage, and you can find out loads more details, or go to Active Lincolnshire, it's all on there as well. So the first one we're going to look at is a running challenge. We've got here a 20 by 5 sprint challenge. So you need a 5 metre length. So you can see here, I've got a tape measure, I've marked out 5 metres. Now obviously I'm lucky that I've got lots of equipment, but I'll explain all this. That could easily be a chalk line, anything laid down on the floor, a marker of any sort, so you can roughly see where 5 metres is. If you haven't got a tape measure, a metre rule, a ruler, however you want to measure it out, roughly 5 metres. Just make sure obstacles are out of the way, and I probably would advise you do what I'm doing here, which is coming a little bit close to the edge of some steps. So ideally a little bit of lawn that you've got, flat area would do better for you. And the aim of this competition is just to see how long it takes you to do 20 lengths. So there is 1, back is 2, how long it takes me to do 20 lengths. So obviously I've done a little bit of a warm-up so I don't injure myself. I've got a timekeeper here behind the camera. So he's going to give me the instructions to your marks, and it'll be go, okay, because we're not going into a set position. So here we go, I'm to my marks, and here I go. All I've got to do is make sure that 1 foot crosses the line each time. 2, 3, if you've got a partner, they can count for you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, finished. Oh. Okay, and I think I'm right in saying that Foxdale be right. Yeah, this is Carston Road still. Here we go, the local delivery driver just crashed the video badly, but it does give me a chance to get my breath back. Gosh, that's quite hard work. You would definitely want to do a bit of a warm-up. When you go to put your results online, I think they just want 1 decimal place. So that was what, 40 point?
42.73.
So it'd be 42.7. I think that's all you need. A couple of points on technique. It's only 5 metres, but try, and once you get back into sprint, try and get your arms pumping, try to get your knees raised, running on the balls of your feet. And the turns, as you see, you don't want to do like big circular turns. That will just lose you a lot of time. You want to be pushing 1 foot out and driving away to go back the other direction. So that's the first one, 20 5-metre shuttles. Next one we're going to have a look at is a standing long jump. And in essence, this is just from a standing position, feet shoulder width apart, knees bent. You can swing your arms, you can swing your knees. You can't swing your knees, you can bend your knees, you can swing your arms, but it's literally how far you can jump forwards. We measure from the line you start at to the back of your heels. Now, if you just got a piece of grass, I wouldn't advise doing it on concrete like I just did. It'd be quite hard work on the ankles and knees. Ideally on some grass or something padded. Again, I'm extremely lucky. We've got a long jump mat. You'd need your partner or your parent to be alongside, but you can see I've got a start line which my toes must be behind, and I do my biggest jump. Now if you can just stop absolutely still, that is really easy, and if Will comes round with the camera you'll see that that was just about, I'm just over that line there, which is 145. Now the chances are you won't stop still. The chances are you'll jump and go forwards, in which case you need someone watching really carefully alongside to judge the distance. If you haven't got a mat, hopefully you've got a tape measure of some sort, so you could do just the same thing, but you'd have to just measure off against the tape measure, the rearmost mark that you make with your feet. So that's the second one, standing long jump. The next one is another jumping one, but this time, rather than worrying about distance, this is going to look at how high you can jump. So this is a tricky one to set up, but this printout scorecard, measuring card, is available on the Sportswell Athletics website. There's a link to that on all the entry information, but essentially you want to stick that to the wall so that at your tallest point your fingers just come up to the bottom line, just come up to the bottom line. So I'm only a shorty, and essentially what we're going to measure is the difference between there and how high I can jump and mark on the paper. Otherwise, if you're 6'3", you're just going to beat everyone that's 4'3". We're looking at the difference in height you can get from your standing position to launching yourself upward. In reality, putting this on the wall was really tough, because even with a little step ladder, I couldn't stick the top bits on the wall. It's a long way up. And really, the necessity for your fingers to be absolutely on that line there are not necessary, so long as you know where you're starting from. So if you started from 6, where does it get to in the end? So Will, if you come round here and see if you can just zoom in on there a bit. I'm going to come away from the wall slightly, about 20 centimetres. And again, like with a standing jump, I can bend my knees, I can launch with my arms, but we're going to see how high I can get up that marker. On all of these, have as many goes as you want. If you mess up, try it again. Do the best of 3, best of 5. Doesn't really matter, so long as you're giving it a go and trying your best. So here we go, ready? And with the aid of slow motion, or someone really close and watching, we might be able to see that that was, I don't know, 27, 28. Let's have another go. Oh, a little bit higher, maybe 35. A little bit higher, 39. What we do sometimes in schools, mums and dads, it's up to you. You can put a little bit of felt pen on the fingers, or just dab in some chalk, or dab in a little bit of ink or something, and then you'll just see absolutely where that little tap mark is on the wall. So that's our third activity, a vertical jump, seeing how much power we've got in our legs. Next one is called the speed bounce. It's a jumping activity, sorry, we get to that, and it's really to see, it's a good one to measure endurance and power as well, because it's hard work, We're just going to be jumping sideways over something. Now this is what, if you came to a sports or athletics competition, that's what you'd be using. It's a speed bounce mat. And all we'd be doing is two-footed jumps across. So we don't tend to allow this at all. If you land on the wedge and crush it up, just get off and carry on again. Feel free to have as many chances as you want. All we're going to see is how many of those we can do in 20 seconds. Now we're well aware that most of you, none of you, will have that at home. But we're suggesting, ideally, kitchen roll. I know that's shorter than that, but that's fine. A rolled up beach towel has been suggested. Some trainers bounced on the top of each other. Some cereal boxes, some books. Just be wary, this is ideal because it is spongy, and if you trip over it, it will just fall away. So, just about got my breath back from the sprint. William, you ready with a stopwatch? 20 seconds. How many do you think I can do? Well, let's hope 20 if I go for it. Are we ready? Go. Are you counting on me? Sorry? Oh, yeah. Are you counting on me? Am I? Folks, there's something to ascertain before you start. Which one of you is going to do the counting? But well done me, I got about 40 there, didn't I? Just in time for Brinkley to make an experience. Well done, Brinkley. There are no tennis balls today. Off you go. So, somebody needs to do some timing. Somebody needs to count them. See how many you can do in 20 seconds. The last one. Well, I stopped early, didn't I? It was clearly going to be a lot more than that. So, we're measuring out 3 metres. Which is here. And they're suggesting you use a laundry basket, a waste paper bin, a box, a crate, anything you like, similar sort of size. And we're going to have a go with 3 bean bags. Now if you haven't got bean bags, tennis balls, foam balls, rolled up socks, anything you can find that would be suitable. We're just going to see how many of those we can get in, and we score 4 points for every one we get in the bucket. So, foot behind the line, remembering opposition, so I'm right-handed, so my left foot is forward. Should have done some practice on this. Here we go. Missed. 1, 2. Okay, so I've had 3 goes at the 3 metre distance. Got 2 in so far. So next up, we're going to the 5 metre distance. And we've got 3 goes at that. Now you don't have to have 6 socks, 6 bean bags, because obviously you could just keep reusing the same one each time. That is absolutely fine. But since I've got plenty, I just brought out 6. Oh, just short. Oh, terrible. Flunked it completely. There we go. Life of playing rugby. So I got 8 points. So the most you can get is 24 if you've got them all in. But keep practicing, keep trying. Have a competition between you and the rest of the family. That is all 5 of them done. So I could go away and enter those online, and my scores could be compared against everyone else in my class and across the whole county. And there are going to be county winners, county finalists for this. So give it a go. Just been out for 15 minutes and we've through them. This will be a great little activity to do. But try not to just do it once over the next fortnight. Do it a couple of times, because you're going to get better and better on these with practice, particularly the target throwing. Have a great day. We're back on tomorrow, Tuesday at 2 o'clock with circuit training for kids and adults. Hope to see some of you tomorrow for circuit training. And then we've got something on Wednesday for the little ones, foundation, year 1, reception, year 1, year 2, 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Take care, have fun. Bye.